So hello friends, I welcome you all in our channel Physics with Basap after a long time, and today's topic of discussion is motion of a particle. We will discuss about motion of a particle along a curved path. Along a curved path. Okay. It is very interesting topic and it will help you understand the basic uh, transformation from linear motion of the particle to more curved motion of the particle. Okay. So as I say that in our linear system of motion of particle, we were acquainted with the terms, we were acquainted with the variables like velocity, okay, displacement, acceleration, etc. Now we are interested to see the transformation or the changes in these basic variables when the particle undergoes a curved motion. What will be the nature of this velocity, displacement, acceleration, all these things? So in this figure, you can see that here I have considered the curved motion of the particle, where the particle is following the curved path as shown in the figure. Here P is any instantaneous position of the particle. P is any instantaneous position of the particle along this curved path. Okay. And if we choose a Cartesian coordinate system x and y axis, then the coordinate of P in Cartesian coordinate system is xy, whereas the coordinate of P in polar coordinate system is r theta, where r is the position vector from O to P. Okay, so this is the positive direction of r vector, r hat, and this is the direction of theta vector, which is cross radial component or transverse component. Again, if we draw the direction of the unit vectors at this instantaneous position P, then we will obtain I hat in the direction and j hat in this direction. So what we can obtain from this figure is that we have in Cartesian form we have v vector equal to vx I hat plus vy j. Okay, so this is our equation number 1. And in polar coordinate we have v vector equal to vr into r hat plus v theta into theta. So this is the basic representation of the velocity of this particle at that instant p in Cartesian coordinate system and in polar coordinate system. Now we are interested to find out some relationship between these two types of coordinate system chosen. Here we can have now let's focus on this relationship between these two types of coordinate system. We have from this figure I cap can be written as r hat cos theta minus theta hat sin theta. Okay. Again, j cap can be written as r hat sin theta plus theta hat cos theta. Okay. So I can represent I cap by equation number 1 and j cap by equation number 2. Now if we replace this I cap and j cap in the Cartesian form of the velocity, we have obtained that vx I hat plus vy j hat. If we replace I cap and j cap as obtained from this equation in the representation of velocity in Cartesian coordinate system, then finally we will obtain and again we have x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Therefore Vx is what? Vx equal to dx dt. equal to d dt of r cos theta equal to r dot minus sin theta into theta dot plus cos theta, sorry, it is given by r into minus sin theta and theta dot plus cos theta r dot. Okay, where r dot is dr dt and theta dot is d theta dt. So it is given by r dot cos theta minus r sin theta theta. Again we have Vy equal to dy dt, which is nothing but equal to r cos theta theta dot plus sin theta into r dot equal to r dot sin theta plus r cos theta theta dot. Okay, so we have obtained Vx, the value of Vx from equation number 3 and the value of Vy from equation number 4. Now what we need is that we have obtained I hat, j hat, Vx and Vy. So we need to replace all these variables in this fundamental equation of velocity. Okay, if we now replace all these I cap, j cap, Vx, Vy in this equation, then we will finally obtain V vector equal to r dot r hat plus r theta dot theta. Okay, and if we compare this equation, this obtained equation, with the representation of velocity in polar coordinate, that is Vr r hat plus V theta theta hat, then we can easily say that the radial component of velocity for curved motion of the particle Vr, the magnitude of the radial component of velocity will be r dot, and the magnitude of the transverse component of the cos radial component of velocity will be r theta dot. Okay, again similarly we can do the same treatment for this acceleration also for the same particle, and by doing the same basic treatment for acceleration of the particle, just we have to do ax equal to d2x dt square and ay equal to d2y dt square. Then we will obtain a vector is equal to ar r hat plus a theta theta hat, where ar is given by magnitude of the radial component of acceleration is given by r2 dot minus r theta dot square, and the magnitude of the transverse component of the cross radial component is given by r theta 2 dot plus twice r dot theta. Okay, so these are the basic changes in the velocity and the acceleration parameters as obtained for this curved motion of the particle. So we have got that velocity will also have two components, one is radial component, another is cross radial component, and the acceleration of the particle will also have two components, one is the radial component, another is the cross radial component. So these are our today's discussion, where we have learned about the basic changes of the variables from linear type of motion to curved type of motion, and later on we will also discuss some special cases related to this curved type of motion. So stay tuned and please like this video, and please stay tuned with me to have further more interesting videos like this. Okay, thank you so much.